The REC for Adamawa State and all other officials involved in the process are directed to report immediately to INEC headquarters in Abuja in a press statement, which was signed and released by Barrister Festus Okoye, National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee. We'll go on a short break, more stories afterwards.
Jackpot of the place bet and hit the jackpot. Click on the take part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Feel like a winner with 1xBet. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can control.
Lucky Spring from 1xBet. Take part in promotion with cool prizes. Bet on any sports events. Get tickets. Have a chance to win cool prizes. The more you bet, the greater your chances. Use promo code to get a welcome bonus right now.
You're welcome back to the Sunday special segment where we celebrate people, events, and culture. We'll start this segment with this story on your one's private car owners and their plate numbers. And there are times when you don't have your vehicle particulars handy, and the situation at hand demands that you reel out your letter for letter, your car plate number, especially in a case of emergency. Our correspondent, Ese Onwamaka, was on the streets of Lagos to find out how many private car owners actually know their license plate numbers offhand. Let's see the story.
A vehicle's license plate number is said to be a unique identification number given to it having been registered with the full biometric details of the owner. This identification number is usually displayed at the back and front of the car so it can be easily identified by other road users. So it may sound license plate is actually very important. Let's find out why.
Well, sometimes if it's not you that you are driving your car, someone is out with your car and something happens, you park it somewhere, they will say, "Oh, this social plate number." The person should come and park where you can know that you are the one. But if you do not know your plate number, you cannot be able to know whether you are the one holding the car.
This is necessary because so with that's the you as with your vehicle. It's your property, so you can. In the case of theft, you understand. Often you can report that your car plate number is so and so and so and so before your hand can even reach to your what's it called, the paper to get your chassis number. But this is the major thing you have to know often.
It may also interest you to know that quite a number of Lagosians know their vehicle license plate number offhand as they recite it effortlessly.
KJA 186 HP. That's my plate number.
It's 9. I don't know the Lagos.
Nigeria are very unique, easy to recognize and memorize, which makes it easy to know offhand. In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NT News.
Moving on, it is no longer news that NTA's revered administrator and a woman of good character has bound meritorious service. However, what remains fresh in order to achieve her goals in life? A barrister at law who recently signed out same day she closed NTA Benin Network Center. Agatha Egware Ojo brings us all the trappings of the twin celebration.
It all started with a Thanksgiving Mass at St. Paul's Catholic Church, presided over by Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin, Most Reverend Augustine Akubeze, Secretary to Edo State Government and classmate to the celebrant to John Ugie, former Director General NTA Professor Tony Radia. The NTA family, friends, and well-wishers joined the celebrant to thank God for the gift of life and bowing out gracefully.
I'm happy for her. It's unusual to get to 60 in a visible position like broadcasting without problems.
After the Mass, NTA family members, and associates moved to Ui Grand Event Center with enough to make merry. Glowing tributes in written and spoken words continued to pour from the state government and Director General NTA Abdulhamid Dembos, among others.
The ground she has broken in media because she's still very strong, healthy, and full of life. The experience she's retiring with.
For excellence. I believe I will be able to sustain what she has done and improve on what she's leaving behind.
She's an achiever. And while in school, she was very focused. She was an organized person.
The merrymaking also continued with Benin management, staff, and other invited guests as they joined her on the dance floor to rejoice with their boss, who they described as an administrator par excellence. For being a successful career and team player personality, Mrs. Ibano looks back with pride, knowing full well that she gave her best.
Well, I don't know whether there is a rise of love. I know that usually when people are indifferent, everywhere I have gone to, people have embraced me and shown appreciation.
She's committed. She has passion for it. Even when you want to discourage her, she's not ready to be discouraged. I don't know why, but so I'm happy. God saw her through. Maybe God saw her mind.
So she kept on traveling back and forth to just spend time with us, and I admire her strength, her love, her hard work to this job. I admire everything. I pray that I admire her strength, her love, her hard work to this job. I admire everything. I pray that I would be exactly like her.
Pauline Igbano joined the NTA in 1988 as a senior legal officer, rising to be secretary, legal advisor to the authority, deputy director special duties, general manager NTA Asaba, zonal director NTA Ibadan. She signs out as zonal director NTA Benin, a position she held for the last 7 years.
There were some really groovy dance moves right there. Up next, the remains of late Mrs. Pamela Roberts has been committed to Mother Earth as family and friends, as well as well-wishers, described her as an elegant, graceful, peaceful, and hospitable mother who believed in the greatness of God and served him in spirit and truth. Nta Ch10 captured the moments.
The final journey started with a funeral service at the Cathedral Church of Christ, where a communion service was held in her honor. At hand to commiserate with them. The children described Mother as a disciplinarian, a great cook, and an elegant lady who had a huge sense of humor and enjoyed the company of others, irrespective of their age or background.
She was certainly, I know that she was a very spiritual person. She was very, very strong. And she believed so much in God, and she tried very hard to get all those around her to emulate that faith. I mean, she had a series of unfortunate incidents, over a period of years, but that faith that she had kept her strong and kept her going.
She was the most wonderful person anybody would want to meet. Kind-hearted, to a point, never stingy. She would look after so many people that she didn't even know. So, it's one of the best people I've ever met in this life, not because she's my mother.
She was such a phenomenal woman. If for anything, two things that I liked about her composure and the way she loved. She loved everybody in equal measure. And that's one thing I learned from her. And I also learned how to be a lady, even if I'm not half a lady as she was. But it's okay, we're not in competition. But I love the fact that she was always neatly and well put together. And she was such a lady, such a lady.
In attendance was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Hamer, and some other dignitaries who also paid tribute to Madam Pamela Roberts, describing her as a God-fearing woman who was always ready to help those in need.
The impact she had on my life is such that it's almost like just yesterday that that we were together and that I saw her, because she really was one of those people in those early years that were a constant in my life and very positive, element in one's life. And she was such a kind-hearted woman, very humble, but of course she came from a very prestigious family. She had excellent education, but yet she was very humble and very welcoming. And listening to what was said about her today, I can see that that's how she continued, throughout her life.
And the master one right goes. If you see this picture of her in the car at the age of 90, that's where was God smile. I celebrate you are indeed a soldier, one of the jewels on the crown of the world. Next level, we have learned working much from you. And no matter what you went through, that lesson will carry you to be solid, to be strong, all through I know this is going to be
Pamela Roberts, fondly called Super Grand, was born in Aba on the 20th of March 1932 and slept in the Lord on the 14th of February 2023.
May the soul of late Mrs. Pamela Roberts rest in peace. Up next, American poet Harry Kemp, who lived in the 20th century between 1883 and 1960, takes the credit for the quote, "The poor man is not he without a cent, but he who is without a dream." Now fast forward to present-day Nigeria and meet a 19-year-old undergrad who, by dint of hard work, uncommon passion and can-do spirit, has become a poster child for that quote. Having trended online recently, I have a feeling you know him already, but let's join Adeni Taiwo for more on the inspiring story of this irrepressible dream chaser.
Until January this year, when he became an instant online sensation and the internet buzzed with tales of his academic exploit, the name Adebodu Adejobi was unfamiliar to many Nigerians, and the few who knew him most likely just thought of him as that boy with cerebral palsy, a disorder of movement, muscle tone, and posture, often resulting from abnormal brain development.
It also made me bottling my clothes on my own. So most of the time when I try to do this, not that I can't do it, but it takes me more than hours to bottle just one.
At significant cost to himself and his parents, Bolu conquered all odds, leaping beyond the physical, mental, and social barriers his health condition put in his way to emerge with the best result in WAEC in year 2021 from the Ajayi Crowther Memorial Secondary School, Lagos.
I was able to write my exam at an isolated class whereby a junior was writing for me. A cameraman was videoing every process of the examination, and I had to extra invigilators. When I realized that this was the way I would be asked to do my exam, I had to prepare well.
Indeed. This is from Bolu, who was excited to receive the Newsline crew. Even before the first words were uttered, a family album took me on a trip into Bolu's childhood, where he had his maiden bout with cerebral palsy as a 6-month-old baby, losing the first round.
They told me then that if I can do the test, they will know whether there's still life in his leg. They later told me that Bolu will walk, that maybe whatever his mates are doing for like age 2, he will do his own like maybe age 7, 8.
The odds against his chances in life were high, but the love and support of his mother and father were higher.
Once I realized that he started picking, and this is an opportunity for me. I don't need to relent on this. I need to put more effort in order to make him move better than this. So I now decided anywhere I'm going, I just don't need to root. Anywhere I'm going, just go along with me.
Bolu still remembers how young and ill he was back then.
As I was talking, he mentioned something about him selling his car. His first car. But then, he didn't know I had it. So, he sold that car in order to pay for my fee. And then I was still a lot sick. They needed to do some certain things for me back then, to get some certain things. So ever since then, it has always been in my dream to replace that my father's car. And really, aside from that, I'm also looking at my younger brother. He has autism, and I'm looking at how to send him to better school.
He says their love for him and his own love for education are the driving force behind his dreams. The duo of Praise and Folake are Bolu's close pals. They know enough about their friend not to be surprised by his fame.
Academically, he has a higher
hurricane with fire in his eyes. Bolu hopes to soar on the wings of love.
I love my mama.
High enough to make a better world.
That was truly an annual special. Nta Ch10 on the school setting. I am Nsami Egbe. See you same time next week. Good evening.
There is only one station that others look up to. A station where professionalism and class come to play. So in whatever we do, be it news, sports, politics, information and culture, even in entertainment, tourism, and kids programming, we set